Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to look at the OxygenOS 12 stable version. So I did a video a couple of days ago on the beta version, and now comes the stable version but with a few bug fixes. Apart from that, there is no significant change between the last video I did and this one. So that is good. This is on the latest December 5th security patch, and the version is the C39. This is for the OnePlus 9. So let's see what has changed with respect to OxygenOS 11 and OxygenOS 12, as this is the stable version. If you want to install it, I will link everything down in the description. You can do that, or an OTA update also should be fine. So before we get into the main video, do subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, and don't forget to like the video. It is the red button down below. Do click that. Now, first, let's look at the cameras, because I think that is the major change which has happened. So there is a lot of things drawn from ColorOS. The camera UI looks almost similar to that. You have got an option to change whatever modes you want, so that is good. Apart from that, you have got an X-Pan mode, which is pretty interesting, but I'm not sure why would someone use this. You could use the expert or the Hasselblad mode if you want to do something like that, so maybe it's just a gimmick. Apart from that, you have obviously the Hasselblad mode, which is pretty interesting. Now this is something which is not common in many phones, and I really like how OnePlus has incorporated this. And I also did a camera comparison very recently between the OnePlus 9 and the iPhone 12, so it is on this version and you should go and check that out. The links in the description. So the entire UI has been overhauled, as I said. You get a new section with respect to all the themes and whatever you want to tinker. This is something which I liked. The canvas, it has always been there, and now you have much more control over it, so you can actually choose how the sketch should be on the canvas. The entire AOD experience has been overhauled, I think, and rather become more detailed, so that you can exactly choose what you want for yourself and on the always on display. Apart from that, I think the theme section is pretty interesting, so you can obviously have a lot of different icons and all of that if you want to. So highly customizable is maybe the word which I will put here. Now let's look at the settings part. Under the home screen settings, so you have a lot of options, like you can choose obviously the home screen mode, all of that. You can even choose if you want the shelf mode or the notifications bar. You can also choose how the app drawer has to play out and what is the animation. As I said, you can also choose the icons. So you have various icons now. You don't need to download any third-party icons. You can choose it directly from here. So all of that has come in, which is again related to a lot of customizability, literally there. You still do have RAM boost. You have a lot of OnePlus things still running in the background under settings. So all of that is there. I know the settings literally looks as if OxygenOS has copied ColorOS's homework, so it looks the same, but there are subtle differences between both of them. You still do have a lot of sound options, like you have Dolby Atmos and the new part of it, which is different modes into it. So that comes with OxygenOS 12. You should definitely go check that out. Apart from that, you always have the video mode and all of those things happening, so that's still there. And now a pretty interesting part, which is the battery. Now this is again borrowed from the ColorOS, and I know I'm keeping on saying that, but this is literally how the ColorOS's battery section looks. So very similar, but I like it. It's good. You have a lot of optimizations there. You have high performance mode which you can turn on. You have various kind of additional settings which can be pulled off from there. So I really like this. Personally, really good, and practically all the phones should have such a battery section at least. And while I'm here, let's also talk about the battery life. So the battery life has been pretty good with the phone. So obviously you do have the fast charging, which is warp charge, but apart from that, the battery life has been really good. And I do not use the phone on high performance mode. I use it on with high performance mode off. But whenever you want to game or anything, you can actually turn this up and it'll be really good. So that's there. Apart from that, we have the gaming mode, which is a little more than what we had before. So this was even there on the beta version, so you have a lot of tools under that, and my favorite one is the haptic feedback enhancement, which is there. So with certain games you can actually have haptic feedbacks with while gaming, so that's interesting. It's not there on all the games, but it's still there. You do have pro gaming mode, so this is still there, like what we had on Fanatic mode, so that's obviously there. But you do have lightning game startup and all of that. Pretty interesting. OnePlus has done a good job there. So overall, as you can see through the video, I think ColorOS, good things have come from ColorOS to OxygenOS. Like the app drawer, it is pretty customizable. I like how the toast notifications are also. So when you close all the apps, you get how much RAM is freed up. It's really good. I think it's a good OS, though yes, it has not become more closer to stock Android, but has come far from there. But that's fine, according to me. The Notes app has changed. So if you use OnePlus Notes apart from Google Notes, then this is something where you'll be interested. I'm not going to go over the details, but that is also overhauled significantly. So talking about stock Android, you still have digital well-being and parental controls, which are literally from Android. So you will find the same thing on the Pixels as well, but they're still here. So it's not that all the apps have gone away. There are some apps and settings which are still there. A plus point, I think. So you have a lot of things from ColorOS, OxygenOS, as well as Google. Now let's look at the other thing, which is the dark mode. So there are various types of dark mode in OxygenOS 12, and let me go into the dark mode settings and you'll be able to see that. So here, once I click on dark mode, I can go under dark mode settings, and there are 3 of them. So you have gentle, medium, and enhanced. Now I like to keep mine on enhanced because that is where I'm getting the darkest dark mode, and it is pretty interesting because the entire OLED switches off. It saves battery life and all of that. But you can also choose a lighter shade of dark mode also if you want. You can overpower any third-party apps to switch to dark mode. I think all the apps have now shifted to dark mode, but this is still there. You still do have a lot of display settings also, including obviously the high refresh rate with the OnePlus 9 comes with 120 Hz. So that's there. And the last thing, the focus mode as well as Zen mode. So you have the focus mode, which can be scheduled. You can select which apps you want in this mode, and it'll only show you those apps at that time. So that's by OnePlus. Then you have the Zen mode, which is basically you can have your work separate, your gaming separate, your home separate, all of those. So if you're at home, if you're working, you can have a separate mode. I think this is the entire OxygenOS 12. I have taken a lot of ColorOS cues and tried to tell you the difference between both of them. So do let me know down in the comment section if you have any suggestions or queries regarding this, and I'd love to hear from you. As usual, thanks for watching.